Chris Broussard, let's bring him in. Former New York Times guy, Fox Sports Radio, iHeartRadio. All right, my theory on this stuff, you're a dogged reporter. New York Times. I mean, you can't work for the New York Times unless you're a real pro. You're a pro's pro. That place doesn't just hire any old, loudmouth.
Right.
So you've broken stories before, and I've always had a theory. Stories are broken when somebody wants them broken, is that they can close doors very easily to Joy, you, and me. So the Lakers, the narrative's bad. Luke's getting fired. Clippers are fun. It's been a bad 2 weeks of press for the Lakers. Suddenly, in a 2-day stretch, Doc's interested. Makes the Laker job seem very desirable, number one. Secondly, Kobe comes out, best friends with Rob Pelinka, and says, of course you trade all the young guys. Why? Because Kobe still has juice, and it sort of looks like, the rumors, the little guy's got to get over it. It shifts narratives positively for the front office.
Kobe's juice in L.A. is rising.
Yes.
Right? I mean, he obviously was all-time great and beloved by everybody in L.A. before, but seeing LeBron fail to lead them to the playoffs, seeing all the extra stuff LeBron has brought, people are now looking at Kobe in even higher regard than they did before. So, yeah, for him to come out, and look, I think I've said it on this show, I was told that everybody was like, the Pelicans were leaking everything. I was told the Lakers were leaking stuff too, because they wanted people to know, we're all in on this. People didn't think we went all in on Paul George. People didn't think we went all in on Kawhi.
Good point.
We are all in on Anthony Davis. We're trying to get it done.
This is a great point, is that, listen, the Lakers, this is a big media market. Yep. When I used to live out in Connecticut, there was no question that teams reacted to WFAN radio, the Fan. There's no question they were leaking stuff and reacting. In Los Angeles, this big market, trial balloons get pushed out, and I think your point's a very, very good point, which is they got knocked for being sloppy on Paul George, so the Lakers leaked a few stories. Hey, we are going hard after
everybody's available.
No, I think it's a great point. Right.
And now Kobe backing it up that, everybody should have been available. Why are you ripping the Lakers for going after him? So, that's your point.
What do you make of the Doc rumor?
Well, Doc, you've been hearing his name around the league. You hear Jason Kidd, Ty Lue, and Doc Rivers. I think Mark Jackson's name should be in there too, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I like Mark.
Yeah, I think he'd do a good job with them. But Doc, I agree with you guys. I think the Clippers is just a better job. Now, we'll see, obviously, how things pan out this summer with free agents. If the Lakers get Anthony Davis, then now I really like that job if I'm Doc Rivers.
So can I just sit back and wait for free agency? If I'm Doc and say, well, I'm just going to wait and see who gets the better players.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how quickly the Lakers want to move, because that may play a role in who you get in free agency, but Anthony Davis obviously would be a trade.
So if I'm Steve Ballmer this morning and I read this, I'm like, I'm not rolling the dice on us not getting Kawhi and them getting Anthony Davis. I'm re-signing Doc to a contract this week.
Yeah, that could be well, he already has the extension that carries him for a few more years.
Okay,
Do it again. Yeah.
I don't buy this because I don't think going forward I feel better about the Clippers.
No, I think the Clippers, look, if they get Kawhi Leonard, which most people think they will, they immediately become the Toronto Raptors, which means you're a contender.
Yeah.
Because that's what they have the same type of players around Kawhi, or right now, that the Raptors have around him. They got couple shooters. They got some dogs, some role players that play hard, that know their role, that aren't trying to usurp the star and all that. I mean, they would be really good. I don't know if they'll get two. Does KD want to play with Kawhi? A lot of people around the league are saying, I don't think they want to play together. Another name to keep open, we all have associated Kyrie with New York, and that's with good reason. But maybe the Clippers. What about Kyrie and Kawhi playing together? Like, if you're Kyrie, if you don't stay in Boston and does he want to go into that New York media market? Maybe he would look at the Clippers. Kyrie's starting his own media company too.
Yeah.
And, it helps to be in LA if you're doing something like that. So the bottom line is the Clippers is, I think, a better job right now. And the one guy, with all due respect to Doc, that the Lakers should be trying to poach from the Clippers is Jerry West. They could have had Jerry West. They wanted to show we could do it without Jerry. Magic and Pelinka want the credit. Bring in Jerry West. Try. If you can't, you can't, but try.
Yeah, the Lakers, I was told, had an opportunity to bring in Jerry West.
They did.
And they passed. It's amazing.
Other guys want to shine.
Now, let's address something. This could get very uncomfortable for both you and Joy. So last night, Oklahoma City loses at home to Miami.
Without Westbrook. He didn't play. Of course they lost.
Okay. Why didn't he play?
Look, I'm going to say this to you. I've told you he is going to be an icon.
Oh, really?
25 years from now, he will be iconic. He's like Allen Iverson.
Oh, great.
And I'm going to admit, he's never going to win a championship.
By the way.
But you know what? That just puts him in the class of Iverson, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, and Stockton. That's all right.
Oh, great class.
That's a great class.
It's the second class.
Well, that's what that's what he's going to be. That's what he is. His game is tremendous. He's a ball of energy. He's going to put up great numbers. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And like I said, iconic, but he's not going to win you a championship.
The Nike swoosh is iconic, but if the stock plummets 28 points tomorrow, I'm an investor. I'm selling my stock. What does iconic mean? This is not Slam Magazine. This is The Herd, a show of national relevance.
You have a problem with Allen Iverson's legacy?
We don't talk about Iverson. Didn't win any titles. We talk about Shaq.
Allen Iverson is
iconic.
Pistol Pete Maravich is iconic.
And
he wasn't
me
as
what?
good as Westbrook.
That and the 350 gets me a coffee at Starbucks.
He is a crucial part,
of
Allen Iverson, of basketball culture.
Right. You cannot tell the story of basketball without Allen Iverson. And guess what? You cannot tell the story of basketball without Russell Westbrook. You cannot. He's averaged a triple-double for 3 straight years. Nobody else in the history has done that.
I'll tell you the story of basketball. Naismith, Wilt, Kareem, Shaq, LeBron, Michael, Magic, Seacrest out. I just told the story.
Please.
I just told the story of basketball.
You cannot tell the story of basketball without Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry.
All right.
I know it doesn't go with your narrative, but it's true.
My narrative is almost always right. Okay, let's shift to this. I was joking with Joy that Steve Kerr press conferences this year, there's only 2 kinds. There's the everybody's happy here, Kevin Durant rumor's not true. And the second one is him lamenting they didn't come to play. This is, and I love the NBA, but March Madness, for all of college basketball's problems, gives me urgency. Duke is significantly better than every team. But if Zion gets in foul trouble, and Duke's not a great shooting team, season over. I got to watch that.
Right.
The NBA having a 7-game first and second round playoff series. I think Steve Kerr is seeing, I think he knows this is why going forward it's tough. It's impossible to get these guys, and I'm not banging on Kevin Durant. Duke has 4 NBA guys. If Zion gets in foul trouble, they're in trouble because they can't shoot. They need interior points. There's no urgency, and I think this is my only downside to dynasties, is that you can sense, it's palpable, the disinterest with the Warriors. I don't think they're in any trouble at all. Do you?
No, they're still the heavy favorite. Houston is dangerous, but they're the heavy favorite. And let me say quickly before I answer your question, you said Houston will meet Oklahoma City right now in the first round.
And they'd crush them.
Russell Westbrook gives Chris Paul problems. Now, the question is, how big of a role does Paul have to play for them to win? Because Westbrook's athleticism wears Paul out and gets him out of sorts.
You know who matches up poorly? You know who Westbrook matches up poorly with? His personality. I think Westbrook's battle is with Westbrook. I don't think it's with an opponent.
Well, I'm just saying that would be an interesting series. I would pick Houston, but that'd be an interesting series. But to get to your point, look, there's a reason that there are only 3 teams in NBA history, or in the last 52 years, have won 3 straight, have three-peated. 2, and you could even say it's 2 teams. Jordan did it twice, and Shaq and Kobe.
That's it.
Because it's hard. You get bored. Once you've won 2 straight, the third one, it's all about May and June, and you're just trying to get through the 82 games without getting hurt. And Jordan's last 2 three-peats, the last year of each three-peat, his regular season record was the worst of the trio in both times.
Good call.
That's what you're saying is absolutely right. And I'll tell you this, too. Kevin Durant, again, everybody in the league thinks he's out of there.
Right.
He's in New York, or if not the Clippers. the Warriors are not going away when Kevin Durant leaves.
They're
you. Still now the league will be better because now it'll be a few teams on the same level. The Warriors will, if Draymond can still be a good player, they're going to be right there with everybody else.
How do we know that if KD left, they wouldn't move off Draymond and go get another really high-end player?
It's hard to get that type of playmaker who also defends, who does all the little things that Draymond does. And Draymond and Steph are really close. Steph knows what Draymond brings to the team, even though they're different personalities. But I'm telling you what, Golden State is going to be just fine. They're going to have a great chance to win it even without
owner,
KD.
GM, coach, star.
And remember how good the numbers even still show that they're great without Durant.
Yeah.
They beat Houston and OKC without Durant.
Good stuff. Chris Broussard, I love arguing. I love being
Westbrook.
Right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.